Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Down. Today I will be giving you my spoiler-free thoughts on the second Ridley Scott film to release this year. That is House of Gucci. When Patrizia Reggiani, an outsider from humble beginnings, marries into the Gucci family, her unbridled ambition begins to unravel their legacy and triggers a reckless spiral of betrayal, decadence, revenge, and, ultimately, murder. This film is directed by Ridley Scott. It is written by Becky Johnston, Roberto Bentivegna. This film is based on the book by Sara Forden. This film stars Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Jared Leto, and Salma Hayek. I was excited to see this for the cast, mostly, and to learn more about the story. I wasn't looking forward to that runtime. I thought I was going to feel the length of this movie. I will say I didn't feel the length as much as I thought I was going to, but I still felt it here and there. I think Adam Driver and Al Pacino are the standouts here. Don't get me wrong, I think Lady Gaga does a good job here. I just don't think she's as good as everyone's saying, and I don't think she's as good as her performance in A Star Is Born. There's nothing specifically, I guess, that I didn't like about her performance. I mean, the accents in general were off and on for a lot of these actors. Adam Driver is one of my favorite actors. I was really excited to see it, honestly, for him, and I think he does a really good job. As much as I know about Italian accents and culture, I thought that he did a pretty good job here. I think that Al Pacino did a pretty good job. I think that he has some standout scenes. For me, Jared Leto, the opinion on Jared Leto in this film was kind of divisive, but he was over the top for me. He sounded like Mario a lot of the time. Maybe Paolo Gucci actually did act like that and talk like that and was like that. I don't know, obviously. I really didn't know much about this story beforehand. I looked up some things after. I didn't actually look up how he resembles Apollo. I didn't gel with his performance all that much. I didn't really laugh at him that much. I didn't think he was that funny. Okay, now Jeremy Irons, I like him. He's a good actor. He's a really good actor outside of this. I think he was just miscast here. I think he did probably one of the worst accents. And I think that he looked dead when he came on. And that's the makeup. Or I don't know if he actually looked like that, but he looked so pale. Again, I have not looked, so forgive me if he did look like that. He looked so pale, I thought he was gonna die in the first scene. And the performance wasn't all there for me, and he wasn't even in it that much. I am a fan of all these actors that I just mentioned, whether I said I didn't like them or did like them in this film. Salma Hayek, she wasn't given that much, but she was an important role in this plot. I did enjoy her performance for what it was, you know, for how much she was in it. I thought the story here was a little all over the place. I think that a lot of biopics or movies on a real life event or real life people really could benefit better from being a mini-series. I said that about The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I really think that this could have benefited better from being a documentary series, a mini-series, you know, like this. I just think there's so much ground to cover. It starts from when Patrizia and Maurizio meet, they fall in love, they get married. It's chronicling from when they meet and get married all the way through him getting shot, and then a little scene, which we'll get to in my negatives, at the end about the trial. All that time, it just felt messy in the script because it was following such a big time span. There was so much going on. I think that the story and the plot and the script were just kind of a mess at times. Like sometimes I didn't know how many years had passed or months or whatever. You have their daughter, who is a good indication of how many years or whatever has passed, but you don't see her that much. As a matter of fact, there were times when I forgot she had a daughter because you barely see her. So Tammy Faye was way more prevalent, that they had a kid and then they just kind of forgot the kid, the story, you know. But here you see the daughter more, they're mentioning her more. So she was a good indication of the time that had passed, but at the same time, I just feel like there was so much time that passed that this could have benefited better from a limited series or mini-series or whatever. It just seemed to gloss over something that I would have been more interested in. There were times when it glossed over plot points and arcs or things that happened that I wish we learned more about. I honestly wish we got a little more of Salma Hayek and that dynamic between her and Patrizia. Okay, when I say Patrizia and all these names, if I say them wrong, I'm sorry. But for the beginning of this video, I kept having to look how to pronounce them. I'm sorry though, I'm not good at an accent and I'm not going to fake one like some of the people in this movie. I thought that the score, actually it's the soundtrack more than the score, was pretty memorable for the most part. I thought that they had some fun, catchy songs from the era that I thought worked in the scene. I really liked Faith by George Michael during the wedding scene. I thought that was really fun. Okay, I gotta get to the directing. It's fine directing. I just, from Ridley Scott especially, I just thought that there would be more shots that stood out to me, and there weren't really any, I would say, that I can really recall, you know, that were really that memorable. With this whole movie, whether whoever was directing it, I just thought it was bland at times. I thought that they could have had way more appealing looking shots in this film, and I don't think that they did. They had amazing costumes and visuals like that. I do think that they did a really good job with the costumes and the hairstyles and all of that. The visual flair of a director just wasn't present here for me, and it was kind of bland and kind of adding to my boredom at times, because like I said, there was some fun things to have here, but there was time when I did feel the length of this film and I was kind of bored. Side note, but there was a very annoying group of people at my showing. This is the worst movie experience for our audience members of my life, which I might get to in a different video, so let me know down in the comments if you're interested in me getting into that more. I was a lot of intrigued in the middle more than I was, to be honest, in the beginning of the end. The end was good, though I was intrigued by, like, because I knew what was going to happen, so I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this scene, see how they do it. And then kind of almost as an afterthought, they go years into the future to see the trial and stuff, Lady Gaga getting caught and stuff. I wish they did more with that. I wouldn't have minded seeing more of the trial and how she got caught and how they found out and all of that, more than some of this other stuff. But even though I do think that they glossed over some of the stuff in the other portions of the film, and then it kind of just ends there. I thought that they definitely could have fit a better ending in there. This film was okay to me. I had some fun here and there, but I just think there were a lot of glaring issues with this film. Even though I really thought this, before even knowing much about it, I thought it was going to be an Oscar hopeful. I think everyone did, but I don't know what it would win or get nominated for. Maybe, like I said, costume design and hairstyling and stuff like that, makeup. Before I get to my rating on House of Gucci, please let me know down in that comment section, what did you think of this Ridley Scott film? Blow up that comment section. But what would I give House of Gucci? House of Gucci gets a 6 out of 10 from me. That's a 6 out of 10 for House of Gucci. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to see some other content from me, please click around here to see something else. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video with the movie fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and come to the Upside Down.